What's going on, guys? My name is Jesse. Some of you may know me as the Death of an Arrow. Welcome to my Halo 4 Legendary walkthrough. I've decided to go through with this series in hopes to help you out if you are struggling with this campaign. I have removed all the cutscenes from all the videos in this series, but be warned, there will be spoilers. I also want to remind you guys that these videos are meant to be strictly strategic and I'm not focusing on entertainment value. The commentary will not go all the way through the missions. I will only speak at the tough to beat parts with the best advice I have for you, the viewers. Please leave a rating if this video is helpful or informative in any way, as I would really appreciate it. If you have any questions regarding anything you see in this video, do not hesitate to leave a comment. Also, be sure to check out my channel for the latest Halo 4 videos and drop a subscription if you like what you see. Let's get into this. What's going on, guys? Death of an Arrow here. Welcome back to my Halo 4 Legendary walkthrough. This is mission number 1, Rally Point Bravo. This is the second installment in my Halo 4 Legendary walkthrough. I hope the first video did help you guys out, and if it did, I'd really appreciate it if you stuck around and watched the rest of this walkthrough. There's going to be lots of things that you guys will not know going through this whole walkthrough, and I can assure you I will help you out quite a bit. So, right off the bat, we are walking through a hallway. Yes, we are walking through a hallway. No, I'm just joking. But there's a series of enemies throughout these hallways. So again, the most important thing in this Halo game, or this whole walkthrough, and I'm going to tell you guys this 100,000 times, be patient and take your time. Do not rush. It will result in a death, and you will get frustrated, and it just will result in a ton more deaths after that. That's basically all I'm saying. But first and foremost, you should have an assault rifle and a pistol at this point in time. If you have a pistol and you're out of ammo, as you see me do here, you can take out this elite simply by picking up a plasma pistol. The plasma pistol is a very, very effective gun, and it's a very underrated gun. A lot of people do not know about this, so as you see, you're going to see me charge up this pistol. I'm going to send off a blast to this elite up here, and I'm going to knock out his shield. I'm not actually going to kill him with it, but that's beyond the point. If you are close enough range and you get the shots afterwards on the elite to take him out after depleting his shield, it's going to be very beneficial to you. See, at this point in time, I'm walking through this hallway right now, and I pretty much don't have a long-range precision rifle, so you kind of just have to take your time and play it by, I guess, ear, I guess you could say. No, that's completely wrong. However you feel safe moving up, just do so. And you see, I just eventually rush up here, and then I eventually fall back again. So again, I'm just going to take my time. You can see there is lots of cover throughout this campaign, so if you have something to duck behind, something that is going to protect you, and you'll see there is a grenade right beside me, so I actually rush up here and then I fall back again. So you're going to use a variety of tactics to get through this game. There's going to be a few sticky situations like this where you don't have the right gun or equipment to get through a part, but you simply just have to tough it out and use your brain and the best of your ability to get through it. So you can see that part was a little bit difficult for me. I'm going to swap out here and pick up another plasma pistol, and I'm going to drop in about 2 seconds here. So there's a rack of guns here. These pistols are very helpful. So the most important thing about this pistol is they take out the grunts in one shot in the head. They're very effective on the elites as well, and with the jackals that we're going to see in a few seconds here, there's a very quick and easy way to take them out that a lot of you guys might not have known. So again, throughout this whole campaign, I'm going to be repeating a lot of information just in case there are viewers dropping in on episodes. But for these jackals, keep an eye on what I do right here. So I scope in, I shoot one in the hand. You see, after I shoot him in the hand, he flinches back and his head gets exposed. Once you do that, you can take the easy headshot, take him out with a 2-bullet kill. Rather than wasting your ammo and just spraying into his shield, I would highly recommend you just do that and take your time proceeding through it. With the elite, you can simply just rush him with the assault rifle if there's no other enemies around, and you see I just destroyed him very quickly by spraying him down with the assault rifle and moving in for the melee. Again, be careful when you're doing this. Do not rush in for the melee until his shield is depleted. If he still has a bit of a shield, chances are it will result in you dying.
We're just about there.
So, once we move through that part, this part's a little bit tricky. Take your time. On the left and right hand side, there's going to be jackals, and you saw me just take them out. But you also saw how much damage that needler just did to me. So just try to stay away from that and try to avoid those direct hits, because the needler is the force to be reckoned with in this campaign. That thing will knock you, it'll hurt you a lot, and it will result in a death. So just try to stay away from it and try to eliminate those enemies as soon as possible. After you take out the jackals on the sides, move through the center. There is a ton of grunts in here, and simply just take them out with headshots. They're one shot in the head. You should not have an issue taking out those guys at all. So that's not the real issue here. At the back of this room, we have 2 elites. They're blue elites, so they're not too strong, and you should not have an issue with them. But depending on how you want to take them out, There's a variety of ways. You can stick them with a sticky grenade, but you see I resort to a plasma pistol here. Again, with the plasma pistol, if you do a full charge and let go, you see it knocks out his shield. But again, I'm going to fall back here. I'm going to take my time. I don't want to get blown up by that grenade or get caught off guard, and I don't want to die and have an unnecessary death. So right there, you see I deplete his shield. I move in for the kill. I back up. I let my shield recharge. And throughout this whole campaign, there's going to be a lot of you backing up like that. There's going to be a lot of times where you have no shield and you wonder if you should move in and try to go for the kill, but I'm just going to give you guys a piece of advice. Don't move in for the kill unless you're sure that you can get it. If you're a little bit hesitant on doing so, I'd recommend just falling back, letting your shield recharge, and then making another push. So once you take out those two elites, you saw I just destroyed that other one. I got a pretty lucky stick on him, and he went pretty quickly. So that was not too bad at all.
The auxiliary launch station should be to your left, out of the airlocks. You'll have to prime the launch for ignition.
Cortana.
Nothing. Just get to the launch station.
So in this next section out here, we need to get to a launch pad and basically enter a bunch of codes. Right when I get out that door, you see me pick up the battle rifle. The reason I do this is because this weapon is going to be very helpful for you to get through this part, so I'd recommend doing that. You're also going to see me fall back to pick up more battle rifle ammo in a few minutes here because I don't have enough ammo to get through it. Precision rifles are going to be a savior at this part, and I would highly recommend picking them up or you're going to be here for a while trying to kill enemies. Right there, you'll notice I'm watching my back and I'm keeping an eye on my motion sensor. It's also very important to keep an eye on your motion sensor just so those enemies don't come up behind you and catch you off guard. In a couple of seconds here, you're going to see me turn around and actually take out a couple of enemies that are trying to walk up behind me, and that's what you see me do right here. So there's a bunch of enemies down to the right-hand side over here, or I guess the left, depending on what direction I'm looking. Straight ahead, there's a bunch of enemies on the ground over there. So just be aware of that and try not to let them catch you off guard. You do not necessarily need to kill them all, but it's just good to be aware of where all the enemies are on the map, just so they don't come from an opposite direction than you're expecting and wipe you out. So moving through this part, headshots are key. Remember that. With the jackals and the grunts, just remember that headshots are very important. So once you take out all those guys, you're going to have a couple of elites to deal with throughout this whole process. So there's one at the very back there. I do believe he's a gold elite. There's also two blue elites that you need to walk through right here. So the blue elites, as long as you're strong with your headshots and the battle rifle, you should not have a problem. Again, just use everything around you and those things that you can back behind and get cover, because they will help you out quite a bit. You don't want to be Rambo rushing through a Halo campaign on legendary difficulty. It will not work and it will result in a death. So again, as I mentioned, there is enemies down to the right hand side. I'm aware of this. I'm checking back and I'm just making sure they don't catch me off guard. So there's still a bunch more on my motion sensor, but that's irrelevant right now. They're not doing too much damage to me. So just be aware of where all the enemies are. Take out those guys with those headshots and you should not have a problem getting past this part. I will be back in a few seconds to let you guys know what to do next. So at this point in time, this is where you saw me fall back and pick up that battle rifle, and I'm pretty much going to walk through the rest of this mission without a problem. I'm going to take out the remainder of the enemies, I'm going to run up there and activate this switch. Once that switch is activated, there's a pretty big pro tip I would like to say. I'm going to refer to it as a pro tip because I simply just did it without thinking about it, and it actually worked and I avoided a huge firefight. So when that does come up, I will be sure to let you guys know. As you see, I'm checking my surroundings. I take out those grunts just in case they cause any harm to me. Once you run up here, there's going to be one remaining enemy. Deal with him however you want to. I decided to punch him in the face a few times, but whichever way you guys want to deal with it, that's fine. Right after you activate the switch, you're going to notice me sprint like a crazy person. The reason I do this is because you can avoid a 10-minute battle if you do as you see me do here. If you simply just sprint all the way over here, run in this direction, there's an objective point that you have to get to. Once you get to this objective point, you have to hold your right bumper to activate it and unjam this gear right here, and you pretty much just avoided a 5-minute firefight. Once you activate this little mini cinematic here, it's going to activate a, I guess you could say, a cutscene. And it's going to basically make all the enemies disappear, so don't worry about any of those enemies that are around you. You will not have to fight them, and you'll be able to get out of here safe and without an issue at all.
Chief?
The Covenant were the ones scanning us.
So, now can we worry about the giant metal planet?
So once that cinematic is done, you see I fast forwarded here. The reason I do it is just because this is really boring. There's really no point to watch it. All you need to do is sprint through a few hallways. There's going to be a few enemies throughout these hallways. Feel free to kill them if you want. It's not going to make a difference. I do not believe they attack you in any way. So just run through the hallways as you see me do here on the screen, and you pretty much will not miss much. So that wraps up this rally point, guys. If this is helpful or was helpful in any way, shape, or form, please be sure to drop a rating. I would really appreciate it, and it would really help me out. If you think this video can help out a friend, please be sure to share it via Facebook and Twitter. That would also be appreciated. If you want to check out my channel for the latest Halo 4 content, also be sure to do that. And that pretty much wraps it up. I hope this video helped you guys out, and as always, thank you for watching.